The first time the Mafia boss saw her, something felt wrong. Everyone in the mansion froze when he walked in. Heads bowed, eyes dropped, fear filled the air. But not her. She stood near the window, holding a tray. Calm, still, silent. She didn't look at him. Not even once. His steps slowed. That had never happened before. "Who is she?" he asked, his voice low and dangerous. The head maid rushed forward. "Sir, she's new." He kept staring at her. Still no reaction. No fear, no respect. Nothing. It felt like he didn't exist. His jaw tightened. "Look at me," he ordered. The room went dead silent. But she didn't move. Didn't blink. Didn't even turn her head. A few maids gasped softly. One whispered, "She's dead." But she wasn't. She was just standing there, like his voice never reached her. For the first time in years, the most feared man in the city felt ignored, and he hated it. "Did you not hear me?" he snapped, stepping closer. Still nothing. Now he was right in front of her, close enough to see her face, close enough to notice something strange. Her eyes, they were open, beautiful, but empty. He waved his hand slowly in front of her face. No reaction. Not even a blink. That's when it hit him. Something was very wrong. If you were in his place, would you be angry or curious? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want to see what happens next, don't forget to subscribe. He leaned closer. "Why are you ignoring me?" Silence. Then, finally, she spoke. Soft, calm. "I'm not ignoring you, sir." His eyes narrowed. "Then why won't you look at me?" A small pause. Then she said something that made his chest tighten. "I can't." What does she mean? She can't. The room felt heavy. No one moved. No one breathed. The Mafia boss stared at her, trying to understand what she meant. "I can't," she said again, her voice calm. His eyes narrowed. "Explain." The head maid stepped forward quickly, her hands shaking. "Sir, she is blind." Silence. Deep, cold, shocking silence. It hit him like a slap. Blind? He looked back at her eyes. They were open. But now he saw it clearly. They weren't focused. They weren't seeing him. She had never ignored him. She simply couldn't see him. For the first time, he felt something strange. Not anger, not power, something else. But it disappeared quickly. "So," he said coldly, "a blind girl is working in my house?" The other maids lowered their heads. "She insisted on working, sir," the head maid whispered. "She doesn't want pity." His gaze returned to her. She stood straight, calm, like nothing had changed. No fear, no shame, just quiet strength. That annoyed him even more. "Can you even do your job?" he asked sharply. "Yes, sir." "Without seeing?" "Yes." He let out a short, cold laugh. "Huh, then prove it." He suddenly knocked a glass off the table beside her. Crash! The sound echoed loudly. Some maids flinched. But she didn't panic. She slowly knelt down. Careful. Focused. Her fingers moved gently across the floor, avoiding the sharp pieces. She picked them up one by one. Not a single cut, not a single mistake. The room watched in shock. Even him. She stood up again, holding the broken glass pieces wrapped safely in a cloth. "Is that enough, sir?" He didn't answer right away. Something about her was starting to bother him. Not because she was weak, but because she wasn't. Quick question. Do you think he will respect her now, or make her life even harder? Comment respect or test below, and subscribe if you're ready for the next twist. He turned away, his voice cold again. "Fine, stay." The maids sighed in relief, but just as he was about to leave, he stopped. A strange thought crossed his mind. If she couldn't see, then how did she always stand in the exact right place? How did she never bump into anything? How did she move like she knew everything already? His eyes slowly returned to her, watching, studying, suspicious, because something didn't feel right. Not at all. If she's blind, then how does she move like she can see? That night, he couldn't sleep. Her voice kept playing in his head. "I can't." Her calm face, her steady hands. It didn't make sense. By morning, he had made a decision. If she was hiding something, he would find out. The next day, the mansion was busy. Maids moved fast, cleaning, cooking, preparing, and she was there, quiet as always. He watched her from the stairs. She walked slowly, counting steps. 1, 2, 3. Her fingers brushed lightly against the wall, but not like someone lost, more like someone who already knew the way. His eyes narrowed. "Bring her to my office," he ordered. She stood in front of him again, still calm, still not looking at him. "I have a job for you," he said. "Yes, sir." He pointed to a long table behind her. 10 glasses were placed in a straight line. "Clean all of them." She nodded. Then she turned, walked straight to the table. No hesitation. No mistake. His fingers tapped slowly on the desk, watching, waiting. She picked up the first glass, wiped it gently. Then the second. Then the third. Perfect. Too perfect. He suddenly stood up, walked silently behind her. Very close. He moved one glass, just a little, barely noticeable. Then he stepped back, his eyes locked on her hands. "Now, let's see." She reached for the next glass. Her hand paused in the air, just for a second. Then she adjusted and picked the moved glass perfectly. His eyes widened. That was not luck. That was not normal. Be honest, do you think she is really blind? Or is she hiding something big? Comment blind or secret below and subscribe before the truth is revealed. He stepped forward again, voice low. "How did you do that?" She froze. For the first time, there was a small crack in her calm. "I just felt it, sir." "Felt it?" he repeated. His tone dropped. Dangerous. "You didn't touch it." Silence. The air turned cold, heavy. He was getting closer now, closer to the truth, and she knew it, because for the first time, her hands trembled. Just a little. If she didn't touch the glass, then how did she know it moved? The room felt tight, heavy, like something was about to break. He stood right in front of her now. Too close, too intense. "How did you know?" he asked again. his voice low. She stayed silent. Her fingers tightened slightly around the cloth in her hand. I asked you a question. Still nothing. That was it. His patience snapped. He reached out suddenly and dropped a key right behind her. A soft clink on the floor. Fast. Unexpected. No warning. Everyone would miss it. But she didn't. Her head turned instantly. Too fast. Too exact. His eyes darkened. There it was. Proof. You heard that? He asked. Yes, sir. And you know where it fell? A small pause. Yes. Pick it up. She slowly turned, walked straight to the exact spot, bent down, picked up the key. Perfect. No searching, no mistake, just accuracy. Too much accuracy. Pause. This is big. Now you've seen it. She reacts too fast, too perfectly. So, what do you think? Is it just her hearing? Or is she hiding something deeper? Drop your answer below and subscribe now, because the truth is about to get dangerous. He stepped closer again. This time, slower. More careful. You're not just blind, he said quietly. She didn't answer. You're trained. Silence. His voice dropped even lower. Who sent you? That question hit hard. Her breathing changed. Just slightly. But he noticed. He always noticed. I work here, sir, she said. But now, her voice wasn't as calm. Not like before. Don't lie to me, he warned. The air turned cold. Dangerous. Because this was no longer about a maid. This was about a threat, a possible enemy inside his own house. He leaned in closer, almost whispering now. If you're lying, you won't leave this place alive. The room went completely silent. Even the walls felt like they were listening. Then finally, she spoke. Soft, careful. I'm not your enemy. His eyes narrowed. That was not the answer he wanted. If she's not his enemy, then why is she hiding the truth? That night, everything changed. The mansion was quiet. Too quiet. The guards were at their posts, cameras were on, doors locked. Nothing could go wrong. Or so he thought. The Mafia boss sat alone in his office, reading reports. But his mind wasn't on work. It was on her. Her calm voice. Her strange accuracy. Her hidden truth. Something about her didn't feel like danger, but it didn't feel safe either. Across the hall, she stood still in the dark. No light, no sound. But her head slowly turned, like she heard something no one else could. A faint click, a step, a breath. Her fingers tightened. Not tonight, she whispered. Back in his office, the window behind him moved. Just a little. Silent. A shadow slipped inside. A man dressed in black. Gun raised. Slow steps. Closer. Closer. The boss didn't notice. Not yet. Then suddenly, the door burst open. She ran in. Fast. Precise. Get down, she shouted. He turned. Too late.
A gunshot rang out. Bang! She pushed him hard. They both fell to the ground. The bullet smashed into the wall behind them. Glass shattered. The assassin cursed, fired again. Bang! She grabbed the boss's arm and pulled him behind the desk. "Stay low," she said. Her voice was no longer calm. It was sharp, trained, focused. Don't scroll past this. She just saved his life. But think about it. How did she know the attack was coming? Comment protector or spy down below. And subscribe, because this is where everything flips. The boss grabbed his gun quickly. His eyes locked on her. Not confused anymore. Not curious. Now he was certain. "You knew," he said. Another gunshot echoed. Bang! She didn't answer, didn't look at him, but her voice came out steady. "They're not here for me." A pause. Then the words that changed everything. "They're here for you." If she knew about the attack, how long has she been protecting him? Now he was certain. "You knew," he said. Another gunshot echoed. Bang! She didn't answer, didn't look at him, but her voice came out steady. "They're not here for me." A pause. Then the words that changed everything. "They're here for you." If she knew about the attack, how long has she been protecting him? The gunshots stopped. Footsteps echoed. Then silence. The guards rushed in, dragging the injured attacker away. The room was a mess. Broken glass, bullet holes, smoke in the air. But he didn't care about any of that. His eyes were locked on her. She stood a few steps away, breathing slow again, back to calm, like nothing had happened. But this time, he wasn't fooled. "Everyone out," he ordered. The guards hesitated. "Now!" They left quickly. The door shut. It was just the two of them. He walked toward her slowly. Dangerous. Controlled. "You knew," he said again. She didn't answer. "You heard them before anyone else." Silence. "You ran in at the exact second." Still nothing. His voice dropped. Low. Sharp. "Stop lying to me." Her fingers tightened slightly. "I'm not lying." "Then tell me the truth." A long pause. Heavy. Then finally, "I hear things better than others." He laughed once. Cold. "That's not just hearing." No reply. His eyes hardened. "Who trained you?" Her lips parted, then closed again. Wrong move. He stepped closer, close enough to feel her breath, because that was not a maid. The air turned tight. She knew it. He knew it. No more hiding. Real talk. At this point, would you trust her? Or would you think she's dangerous? Comment trust or danger down below. And subscribe, because her secret is about to explode. Finally, she spoke. Slow. Careful. "I wasn't always a maid." His eyes narrowed. "I used to work for someone powerful." His jaw tightened. "Enemy? Spy? Assassin?" "Who?" he demanded. Silence. Then, "The same people who just tried to kill you." Everything froze. Time stopped. The room felt colder. Much colder. He stared at her. Now it all made sense. Her skills, her calm, her timing. She wasn't just protecting him. She came from the people hunting him. Why would someone from his enemy side risk everything to save his life?
The silence between them was deadly. "You expect me to believe that?" he said coldly. She didn't move, didn't defend herself. "I worked for them," she said quietly. "Not anymore." His grip tightened on his gun. "So they threw me away." The room felt heavy again. "But before I left," she continued, "I heard plans." His eyes sharpened. "What plans?" "They were coming for you." Silence. "And you stayed? To warn me?" he asked. "No," she said softly. "I stayed to stop them." She was abandoned, betrayed, left in the dark. But instead of running, she chose to protect the man she was sent to destroy. Now tell me, is this loyalty or something more? Comment loyalty or love below. And subscribe, because his next move will change everything. He looked at her differently now. Not as a maid, not as a threat, but not fully trusted either. "You expect me to trust you?" he asked. "No." That answer surprised him. "I expect nothing," she said. "I just do my job." "And what is your job now?" he pressed. A small pause, then, "To keep you alive." His chest tightened. That wasn't fear. That wasn't anger. That was something new. Something he didn't understand yet. He turned away slowly, thinking, calculating. Then he made a decision. One that would change both their lives. "From now on, you don't leave my side." She froze. "Sir." "That's not a request." His voice was firm, controlled. "You stay with me. Always." A long silence followed. Then she nodded. "Yes, sir." But neither of them knew that this decision would put her in even greater danger. Because somewhere far away, someone had just received a message. She's still alive. A dark voice spoke next. "Then finish what we started." If her old enemies are coming back, will he be able to protect her this time? The next morning, everything felt different. She walked beside him. Not behind, not far away, right beside him. The maids whispered. The guards stared. No one understood what was happening, but no one dared to ask. He didn't look at her, but he was aware of her. Every step, every breath, every small movement. "Stay close," he said quietly. "I am," she replied. Just as they reached the main hall, the doors opened, slowly, and someone walked in. Elegant, confident, dangerous. A woman in a red dress. Her heels echoed across the floor. Click, click, click. The room went silent because everyone knew her and feared her. She stopped in front of him, smiled. "Did you miss me?" His face turned cold instantly. No. Her smile didn't fade. Instead, it grew. Then her eyes shifted, slowly, landing on the maid beside him. She looked her up and down, from the simple uniform to the rag in her hand. Then she laughed,
soft, cruel. "This is new," she said. The Mafia boss said nothing. The tension in the room rose. Fast. Wait! This just got worse. Now there's another woman. And she clearly knows him. But her reaction to the maid feels dangerous. So tell me.
Is she an ex or an enemy? Comment X or enemy below. And subscribe, because this moment is about to explode. The woman stepped closer. Too close. She circled the maid slowly, like a predator. "What is this?" she asked. "A joke?" No answer. Then suddenly, she grabbed the maid's chin, hard, forcing her face up. "Look at me when I'm talking to you." The maid stayed still, silent, calm. I said, "Look at me." Still nothing. The woman's smile faded. "What's wrong with her?" she asked sharply. "She's blind," the boss said flatly. A pause. Then, the woman laughed. Loud. Mocking. "A blind maid?" she said. "You've fallen this low?" His eyes darkened. Let go of her. But she didn't. Instead, her grip tightened. "Or what?" she challenged. The air turned dangerous. Because everyone knew she wasn't just anyone. She was someone who could start a war. The Mafia boss stepped forward. Slow, deadly. Let her go. This time, she felt it. The warning. Real. Serious. She slowly released the maid. But her smile returned. Wider. Darker. "Oh," she whispered. "Now I see." She looked at him, then back at the maid, and said the one thing that changed everything. "You're protecting her." Silence. Dead silence. Because that truth could destroy everything. Why does it matter that he's protecting her? And what will this woman do next? The room stayed frozen. "You're protecting her?" Those words echoed like a warning. The Mafia boss didn't answer, but he didn't deny it either. And that was enough. The woman in red smiled slowly. Dangerous. "So it's true," she whispered. Her eyes turned cold as she looked at the maid. "A blind maid? Over me?" The tension snapped. "I said enough," the boss said sharply. But she ignored him. Instead, she stepped closer to the maid again. "Do you even know who you're standing next to?" she asked softly. No answer. The maid stayed calm, still. That silence only made it worse. Then suddenly, slap! The sound hit the room hard. The maid's head turned slightly. A red mark appeared on her cheek. The guards froze. No one moved. No one breathed. "Stop right here." She just crossed the line. Now tell me, what should he do? Comment protect her or stay calm down below. And subscribe, because his next move will shock you. The Mafia boss didn't move at first, but his eyes, they changed. Dark, cold, dangerous. He stepped forward slowly, every step heavy, controlled. Then he grabbed the woman's wrist, tight,
too tight. She gasped. "You don't touch her," he said quietly. That voice was worse than shouting. It meant he was serious. Very serious. The woman's smile faded for the first time. "You're choosing her?" she asked. Silence. His grip tightened. "You're making a mistake," she warned. Still nothing. Just his eyes locked on hers. Unmoving. Unshaken. Then suddenly, the maid spoke. "Please, stop." Both of them froze. It was the first time she had stepped in. "I don't want trouble," she said softly. The boss looked at her, confused. Even now, she was trying to protect everyone. But the woman in red saw something else. Opportunity. Her smile came back. Slow. Twisted. "Too late for that," she whispered. She pulled her hand free, stepped back, then said the words that changed everything. "If you protect her, you go to war with me." The room went silent again, because everyone knew she wasn't bluffing. Not even for a second. Then it's war. Now that war has begun, who will survive what's coming next? War. That one word changed everything. The mansion was no longer safe. Guards doubled. Lights stayed on all night. Every shadow felt like danger. But he wasn't thinking about war. He was thinking about her. She sat quietly in his office. Hands folded. Calm, like always. But he could see it now. The small cracks. The hidden fear. Not for herself, but for him. "Why did you stay?" he asked suddenly. She didn't answer right away. "I told you," she said softly. "To protect you." "That's not enough." Silence. He stepped closer. "For someone like you, there's always a reason." A long pause. Then, "I had nowhere else to go." Her voice was softer now, more real. "They threw me away." Something inside him shifted. Again. This is the moment. From hate to protection to something deeper. But is it love yet? Comment love or not yet. And subscribe, because this ending will stay with you. He reached into his pocket slowly, pulled something out. She heard the small sound. "Sir?" He didn't answer. Instead, he walked in front of her. Then, he did something no one expected. Something no one had ever seen before. The most feared mafia boss went down on one knee. Her breath caught. The room felt like it stopped. "What are you doing?" she whispered. He held out a small box. Opened it. A ring. Simple, but powerful. "I don't trust easily," he said. His voice was calm, but real. "You came from my enemies." A pause. "You lied to me." Another pause. "You could still be a danger." Silence. Then, "But," his voice softened. "Just a little. You're the only one who stayed." Her hands trembled. You were the only one who didn't run. Tears slowly filled her eyes. I don't understand this feeling, he admitted. But I know one thing. A deep breath.
Then, I don't want to lose you. The words hung in the air. Heavy, real, unstoppable. Will you stay with me? Not as a maid. A pause. The final moment. But as mine? Silence. Long, emotional. Then she smiled. Soft, beautiful, and said, yes. But far away, in the dark, someone watched the news. The ring, the proposal, the war, and whispered, now we take everything from him. If this story touched you, type "Love Changes Everything" in the comments. And subscribe for more stories where hate turns into something unforgettable. Because the next story is even more dangerous. This story teaches a powerful lesson about how love can change people in ways they never expect. At the beginning, the mafia boss is cold, proud, and used to controlling everything around him. He sees people as weak or strong, useful or useless. But everything begins to change when he meets someone he misunderstands completely. The maid, who appears quiet and ordinary, is actually strong in a different way. She does not fight with power or fear. Instead, she survives with patience, awareness, and courage.
One important lesson is that first impressions can be completely wrong. The boss thought she was just a simple maid who had nothing to offer. But in reality, she had skills, pain, and a hidden past that made her stronger than most people around her. Another lesson is that true strength is not always loud. Sometimes strength is calmness in danger, kindness in pain, and the ability to protect others even when you are hurting yourself. The maid proves this by saving him, even when she has nothing to gain. The story also shows that love can break barriers like social status, fear, and pride. The mafia boss learns that real connection is not about power or control, but about trust and understanding. In the end, the biggest lesson is that people can change. Even the coldest heart can soften when it meets honesty, loyalty, and unexpected love.